Hi there, I'm Claire from Chancellor Coaching. Let's jump in and talk about the Six of Pentacles. Now, the Six of Pentacles, all you really have to remember with this card is that there is an imbalance to the giving and the receiving. There's somebody here who's most likely going to be a bit of an empath who gives, and yet they're in a relationship with somebody who's quite easily able to take without giving in return. So there's an imbalance of power here. The relationship's not equal. And the question is this your lover? Is this your boss? You know, who is this person where the relationship is imbalanced? This this card is telling you there that there's a, rich versus poor, give versus take. And, the tension that's going on with these two is quite difficult to kind of observe. It could represent somebody in an abusive relationship. It can represent someone in a toxic relationship. This card, if this comes up in a reading, can be kind of tricky to read. The person is going to see the message right away in the card, and yet you're going to have to find the words to make them feel nurtured and supported in the reading. So this card can also represent feeling unappreciated and a lack of the ability to speak up. There's a submissive quality here that's going on. And the person who's responsible for making the decisions isn't taking notice of the other person and their need for help. If this card comes up in a relationship reading, there may be some codependency going on here. There's little emotional closeness when somebody else has the power over you, the greater power. As simple as, sending a text message and the other person just not getting back to you. They just don't consider you to be their first priority. This card can represent, the need to stand up for yourself. There's just been too many past lives with this person. It's like, come on, you need to wake up to that soul contract and what's going on here. If this card is coming up in a single person reading, it can imply that somebody in the past, your ex, keeps sabotaging your energy. We need to cut cords. We need to, again, do some past life regression, some soul contract work to literally like cut cords so they stop tapping into your energy and just sucking you dry. If this card is coming up in reverse, don't you love it when I keep doing that, make you feel dizzy? It's saying that the spirit world is acknowledging that, finally you found someone who can give generously with no strings attached. Like, you may be feeling a little bit prickly and unable to trust that. It's like, oh, this is too good to be true. But you've done the inner work. You can start letting somebody come in and start to give. There's that relief, the fairness and the kindness from other people that you can start to trust because they see something really good and valuable in you. If this card is coming up in a health reading, you could experience some neck issues. Similar to what we're seeing here is sort of like, always keeping yourself small, the fight for injustice, maybe sleeping on a crooked pillow when you're giving yourself neck issues. It could represent that agitated energy and biting your nails, being on edge. It can represent the sore throat and not speaking up, being suppressed, not feeling powerful enough to speak your truth. Probably being silenced by authority growing up, but it's you're not a little child anymore. We can actually undo those patterns. So if we have a quick look at the symbology in this card, we've got the scales. Now that's self-explanatory, right? There's that measure of balance, measure of fairness. The concrete on the ground there is what is asking you, what's blocking you from receiving the gifts and the support from Mother Earth? She's there to support you, but you're not putting yourself into that forest there where you can receive, where you can get some respite. The person there in the blue wants to communicate, but he can't get, eye to eye with someone to actually feel understood. The person in the red dominating their authority over them, the red hat, they think that they're doing good. They're kind of gaslighting themselves to think like they're being really helpful when no, no, they're not. So if this card is coming up in a reading, it's telling us from the spirit world that, it's enough. You need to find a really good, healthy relationship here, a good relationship with money, a good relationship with yourself. And it might be time to cut cords, close doors on people who have not been seeing your value. You're going to feel the relief from it, and we start to see that again in more of the Six of Pentacles to come. I'll talk to you later.